Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame. You can't be fooled another time. Sorry, I just had to go full bush there. But seriously, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me a few dozen times. I mean, who does that shame fall on at this point? I've declined to go on camera today, ladies and gentlemen, because I've been sick for the past few days and I'm not looking too hot. But anyway, this guy, how many chances can one person actually get, in all fairness? Now, I get it, people struggle with addiction and everything, but this guy's just taken no steps to look after himself whatsoever, and the judge has simply had enough of it. His lawyer paints a pretty picture, says, it's no big deal, Your Honour, you know, he just missed it by a little bit. What, 19 times? Not to mention all the other stuff. Anyway, lads and lassies, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure and hit that thumbs up button, and we'll catch you again very, very soon. Sláinte.
Good morning, sir. You are Lotharia Jacob.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Jacob, you were previously in court, entered a plea of true to count 2, and a motion to revoke your probation. Looks like you're on probation for the 3rd-degree felony offense of driving while intoxicated, 3rd or more. And let me get that pulled up so that we can go through. Does the state have evidence with regard to any of the other counts?
Yes, Your Honor. The probation officer here can testify as to count
Give me.
count 1.
Okay. Mr. Nichols, with regard to count 1, you may call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Cimaria Jefferson.
Good morning, Ms. Jefferson. If you'll please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Ms. Jefferson, are you the probation officer assigned to monitor Lotharia Jacob?
Yes,
And how long have you been assigned to this case?
since about September when he was continued on probation.
Okay. And as part of his conditions, is he ordered to remain in Jefferson County?
Yes,
With an exception for employment, correct?
yes,
And so during your period of supervision of Mr. Jacob, did the GPS monitor indicate he was in Galveston County, specifically in Gilchrist and Galveston, the city of Galveston?
yes,
Did you ask him about that and try to ascertain if he was there for work purposes?
yes, I did.
And what did he tell you?
He actually denied going to Galveston and Gilchrist.
When was this conversation?
It was during an office visit on November 20th.
November 20th.
Mhm.
And after that conversation, did he bring you any documentation showing that he was in Galveston County for work purposes?
No, he did not.
Thank you. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor. Actually, I'm sorry, Judge. While I have you here, what is your recommendation if the court is inclined to revoke Mr. Jacob? I know that your opinion is contained in your updated report. And that's your conclusion and recommendation the same as it is in your report.
Yes,
Thank you. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rojas, you may proceed.
I have no questions to the witness.
Okay. Any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Any witnesses with regard to count 1 then, Mr. Rojas?
Just Mr. Jacob, briefly.
Mr. Jacob, the best you can, raise your right hand, please, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I did.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Rojas.
Okay, Mr. Jacob, you heard Ms. Jefferson's testimony, right?
Yes.
And you recall the day she was talking about when the GPS showed that you were in Galveston, Gilchrist?
Yes.
Okay. So, first off, is it true that you denied to her that you were there?
No, I did not. I told her I was going out there. I worked out of town a lot.
Okay.
And, and I said I was out there in the woman.
Okay, so could it maybe just been a miscommunication between the two of you?
That's the only time I was. I used to go to work.
And so are you telling the court that the days that you were, the GPS showed you in Galveston and Gilchrist, you were actively working?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I do concrete work.
And the concrete work that you takes you to various locations
Correct.
around Southeast Texas?
Correct.
And are you telling the court that you did not intend to mislead Ms. Jefferson when she asked you about where you were out of time working?
No, I wasn't intending on this.
Okay, you think it might have just been a miscommunication between you and her that day?
It could have been because I mean that's the only time I ever.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
I have no questions, Mr. Jake, Your Honor.
So who do you work for?
I work for Prime Concrete. I've been there for like 3 years now.
So when your probation officer, Ms. Jefferson, asked you about that, why didn't you get any kind of proof that showed you had been there if she was questioning that you were? Don't talk over me. Let me finish my question. So if you disagreed with her that you were there for work and not for something else, then why didn't you do anything to give her some information, or your attorney at this point some information?
My attorney did. I talked to my boss man.
Mm-hmm.
And he had,
With court permission, I did speak with Supervisor Mike, I think it is his last name, Judge, but he says that it's true, they do work out of town, they go various locations all over this southeast Texas. He didn't have any documentation as to what date they were working out of town in Gilchrist. He couldn't confirm or deny whether it was this date or not, but he did say they do work sometimes out at the beach or Galveston. He just couldn't tell me whether these dates were those dates they were there or not.
Okay. All right. Anything else then?
From the witness note.
Okay.
I have some comments I'd like the court to take into consideration, Your Honor.
Well, I mean, the allegation is that you were out of the county without permission. And so you had permission to work, but when something comes up, I would think that there was an issue with regard to whether or not you were working on that day, and you didn't provide any verification of that, then it really doesn't leave me much choice at this time other than to find count one true. So I am at this time, based on the testimony, going to find count one true. Again, there was a plea to count two of true. I've received the updated pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Not from the defense.
None from the state, Your Honor.
And so I want to go through real quick, again, for the record, this was a driving while intoxicated, third or more. It was an 8-year sentence that was probated for 8 years. The allegation number 2 that you previously pled true to was that you did not use the handheld breathalyzer as ordered as well, and you pled true to that. So, Mr. Rojas, you may proceed.
Judge, as to that allegation number 2, speaking with Mr. Jacob and again with his supervisor, what Mr. Jacob tells me is that he blew into the breathalyzer. He blew into the blade, so that sometimes his job takes him to different locations where he'd have to park in a parking lot or on the street somewhere, and they walk to the job site, which can be, quite a distance away. And by the time he'd walk from the job site back to his car, the time to blow into his machine had passed, and that's why they're coming up to failures. There's no excuse for being late, Judge. He should have known when he should have been there, made plans. But it's not like he was blatantly not blowing into the machine. According to him, he was doing it. He was just doing it late, and it's because he was at work and the job sites were quite a while away from where the machine was parked in his car. What Mr. Jacob is asking the court to do this morning, Judge, and I know it's hard to ask this from the court. He's asking the court to reinstate him. He's already been to the JCDI more than once, I believe. I don't think we've got any positive or positive tests for alcohol. It's just the timing on getting it done. I've spoken with him on several occasions about how important it is for him to take these tests whenever the court tells him. It's not up to him. The court tells him when to do it, and that's when he's got to do it. I think he understands it now. He's asking the court to give a reinstatement and just go back basically to the way it was before the motion was filed. I understand there's a recommendation in there for safety, Judge, and I was speaking with him about that yesterday. I don't know what his feeling on safety is today, whether that's something he's interested in doing or not.
I'm gonna do everything. My wife's gonna be on this, I'm about to use the house now.
So, but Mr. Jacob, you can't just keep messing up and then say, okay, I get it this time. Just let me out. I'm going to do it. You were here. Okay.
Judge, I want to, and I don't think Mr. Rojas intentionally misstated, but because it's not on the report, but in the admin hearing, there is a positive alcohol test mentioned from early November. I know he may not have that in front of him. I just want to clear that up. But that it was a low blood alcohol at 8 o'clock in the morning, November 2nd, 2024.
Yeah. I see that. It's 0.003
At 8 in the morning.
at 8 in the morning, so. And then missed subsequent test that day. I mean, okay, I want to make sure that I have this right. So it looks like you went to the Unity House for 30 days. Within 2 months of the release from there, and this was at the beginning of your probation, let me go through. Began JCDI program April of 2022, shortly after you got on probation. And so you were struggling to maintain sobriety. You went to the Unity House for 30 days. Within 2 months of that release, you again tested positive for alcohol and had your first administrative hearing. Part of that was that you get that SCRAM device, as well as increase your recovery efforts in JCDI. Failed to adhere to those recommendations, therefore you were ordered to complete both tracks of ISF, which it looks like you did, completed December 28th of 2023. Then you go back to JCDI for aftercare, again struggled to comply, testing positive, forging your required meetings, and operating a motor vehicle without an interlock. This led to unsuccessful discharge from JCDI and a motion to revoke. And so you came here on a hearing on a motion to revoke. I left you on probation, continued you, ordered you to re-enter the JCDI program. You were going to be on the high medium caseload, continue with your portable monitoring device, and it was going to be zero tolerance. Then we're here again with failing to comply with that portable device at least, it looks like 19 times. You didn't do that. And then we've got the issue with you being in Galveston and Gilchrist without permission. So it looks to me like you've tried and started but never finished JCDI. Is it 3 times, I believe? But I'm supposed to just go, and you've been to ISF, and you've been to the Unity House. I mean, when I'm saying that out loud, think about how it sounds for you to go, well, just let me out this time. I got it. I got it. I'm going to do good this time. You see what I have to worry about? I have to worry about everybody being safe. Mr. Nichols?
I'd urged a 5-year cap in September, Your Honor. There was no agreement on sentencing in this case for today. But I just feel that zero tolerance needs to be zero tolerance, because after that, it only took a couple weeks for him to start violating.
So, Mr. Jacob, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of true to count 1 freely and voluntarily. Find that count true. I've already found count 2 true based on, no, the opposite. You pled true to count 2. I found count 1 true today. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and at this time, revoke your probation. I'm going to reassess your punishment at 4 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm going to hand you the trial court certification. I need you to sign this, and I'll give you a copy. It shows this was not an agreement, so you do have some rights to appeal. You can talk to Mr. Rojas about that. Good luck, sir. Thank you, Dan.